Welcome to a Fortify experience, where in the next 10 minutes or so, I will be sharing with you a pass through a simple process that is personalized for you to quickly help free yourself from feeling grief. Because negative feelings can stop you from feeling better about who you are or the circumstances that you're in, and they can block you from moving forward on a positive path. So what are the consequences of falling into the negative feeling of grief? Well, first of all, it can totally consume us. Next, we feel alone, abandoned, or unsupported. Or we may feel blocked or prevented from believing that there's a bright future or any future at all. And it can completely drain and disable us. Now, during this process, you will be filling in 7 blanks from A through G. So have a piece of paper and a pencil handy so you can write down your answers. And if at any point during the video you need extra time to complete the statements, feel free to pause the video. And if at first you have trouble thinking of your own specific examples, feel free to use the examples in this video as your own because it'll still work. So let's begin the process. It starts out with the statement, the thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling grief, is B. So write down feeling grief for A, and then write down why it really bothers you for B. Maybe some examples might be, I can't see how I can get out of this, or people won't leave me alone in my sorrow, or nobody understands what I'm going through. So write down your B for the thing that bothers me the most about A is B. The next statement is, the reason that it bothers me is because it makes me feel C. This is your uncensored, real, underlying feeling for you to put your personal feeling in there. You might feel hopeless, you could feel angry, you might feel sorry for yourself, or any other number of things. Whatever is your real, uncensored, underlying feeling, write that down for C. The reason that this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. So now here comes step 3. This is the key to the ingenuity and effectiveness of the Fortify process. Because here it's where we're going to uncover the specific positive aspect within you that is unintentionally being ignored, dismissed, dishonored, or forgotten in this situation. This positive aspect is something that you love, value, or respect about yourself, that you know to be true about yourself, but it's missing when you're feeling C. The statement is, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D, where D is some aspect of yourself that's not being used or honored in this situation. For example, I used to be a cheerful person, or I know what I need better than anyone, or maybe I love uplifting people. So the statement, again, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D. Now in step 4, it's time to fortify D in your mind-body system. This is easy because here you simply remember a time in your life when you were activating and using D, that positive aspect that you discovered in step C. These are memories that remind you that you have been able to trigger that positive aspect D naturally and automatically in other situations in your past. So the statement is, I know D because E. So now search your memory and find any pattern or circumstance in any area of your life that confirms the fact that you actually possess that positive attribute. And at this point, there may be many examples, but often the simplest ones can be the best. Examples could be something like, I used to make jokes about everything, or I always trusted my instincts, or maybe I have helped people solve problems. So now in step 5, it's time for you to think of a specific time when you experienced that positive value in the past. The statement is, a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. So maybe it was when I teased a coworker about drinking too much when all she drank was water. Or when I bought a new sofa after it went on sale. Or maybe when I explained to my brother how to fix a toilet. So fill in your F for a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. And now we go to step 6. So remember back to that time, F, and really get into it, get back into it, really re-experience that whole event and what it felt like. And really feel how good or strong it made you feel. See what you saw then, hear what you heard then. Feel the inner strength from that experience that makes you feel inspired, empowered, or good about yourself. And make that feeling now really strong, and then double it, and then triple it until you can feel that feeling vibrating through your whole body. And then identify, in a word or two, what is the underlying real strength. The statement is, the underlying real strength that made F so powerful for me was G. Some examples might be silliness, amazement, or feeling valued and appreciated. Whatever your G is, fill in your G now. Because now we're going on to step 7, which is the copy process. This is where you're going to copy or embed that real strength, G, from another time in your life into that bother that you started out with. So now focus on that powerful, real strength feeling G in your body and hold on to it and make it really strong, and then double it and then triple it until you can feel that G just vibrating through your entire body. And then imagine taking some of that powerful energy G and putting it into a bowl, into one of your hands, it doesn't matter which hand, while still holding on to that real strength G in your body, and feel that energy pulsating in your hand. And so now as you hold a ball of that positive energy G in one hand, remember what the old feeling C felt like, and put a ball of that energy C into the other hand. And now you're about to experience a powerful neurolinguistic programming technique that's awesomely effective. We're going to use that ball of positive energy G that's in one of your hands as a solvent that will completely dissolve that negative energy feeling C in your other hand. So as you bring your hands together and feeling the two balls of energy coming together, start noticing how the positive energy can literally dissolve that negative energy, and keep mixing that solvent of positive energy in with the negative energy until all that you can feel is that positive energy G, and all of that C energy is totally and completely dissolved. So now let's see how you did. Start a new list and write down your original A. So using the same A as you used before, feeling grief, complete the following statement. The thing that bothers me the most about feeling grief is B. Now write down your new B. Now you may be surprised that your new B is different from your original B. And this is great because when this happens, it proves that your previously hidden inner strength has both been activated and installed into that negative issue that you started out with. Otherwise, your B would have been the same as it was before. And this is the uniqueness of the Fortify process, because it proves that your state of mind has progressed, because it validates that you have transformed and shifted yourself into a different and perhaps more powerful state of mind, or a more peaceful state of being, a benefit that you can't get from any other technique. So at this point, if you have not been able to answer nothing for B, then all it means is that you can come back and do more passes through the Fortify process so you can find and stack additional positive inner strengths into that negative situation. And each time you come back, use the newer B until you can finally answer nothing for B, or until you're satisfied with the progress that you've already made. Depending on the complexity of the issue, I have repeated this process numbers of times before I could finally answer nothing for B. And that's when I'm able to really feel relieved, because I just don't feel the same grip or sting of the original situation. And not only that, but I can see myself feeling more in control, more self-confident, and recognizing options that I didn't realize that I had before. And when you don't feel the way that you've felt before, imagine how different things can be when a similar situation comes up in the future. Can you imagine how good you can feel having overcome situations in which you felt grief in the past? You might wind up being more surprised than you can imagine. And not only that, but by activating and embedding those previously hidden positive inner strengths, you have also boosted your self-esteem and self-image for that situation, something that can never be taken away from you now because your real strengths have been brought into your conscious awareness. And don't be surprised, because of that, if you find yourself exhibiting those real strengths in other areas of your life too, because now you're consciously aware that you have those real strengths, and that means that you'll now be able to use them to your advantage. For me, it's always fun and eye-opening to do the Fortify process because it makes me feel good to find and activate inner strengths that I forgot I had. I hope you have surprising and rewarding insights about yourself like I have had, because what we have revealed to you today is that you have a storehouse full of hidden, undeniable, empowering capabilities that you have forgotten or were not aware of. And these newly activated real strengths can now help lead you into increased hope, self-confidence, and self-assurance. As we thank you for joining us right now, we suggest that you look at our other issues that we cover in our YouTube videos to see what might apply to your other situations in life. And please tell your friends and family about these videos because you never know who they will help, and they're all free with no strings attached. We would love to hear about your Fortify experiences, so send your comments to thefortifyexperience@gmail.com. And also check out our Facebook page and the Fortify Kindle book on Amazon.com by clicking on the links in the description below. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can keep you informed of new information and videos. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.